Call Halalim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the head apostles of GMS and a salute to the Yakins that are tuning in. I'm the servant, the bar, GMS Boston, coming at you with another show. Scrolling through RT, I just came across this article, and this is by RT again, which it's pinpointing some of the behind the scenes, as you know, anybody would say, concerning this Ukraine-Russia conflict. All right. Now, we know who are the masterminds of this. We understand that the elites of Esau, Edom, aka the so-called white man, are at work, man. They know they have but a short time. They know that their kingdom is coming to an end. And they're always behind every single war. All for lucracy, man. All for filthy lucracy. The scriptures say that he enlarges his desire as the grave, as hell, which the grave can always, receive a body, man. You can literally dig up a hole, throw a body in there, and that body eventually decomposes, and years later, you can go ahead and bury another body right there. It never ends. That is an analogy for the so-called white man's greed. It never ends, man. It never ends. And the way he acquires everything is through blood. It's always been through blood, because he was given that blessing by our forefather Isaac, which we're going to get into. All right. No further ado. Let me start reading this. It says, share prices of NATO weapon makers surge. Major Western arms manufacturers involved in military supplies to Ukraine earned $124 billion last year, a report finds. The largest military and defense corporations of NATO member states have been a 21.5% boost in market value in 2022 amid the military operation in Ukraine and rearmament in Western Europe. Moscow Daily Vidomosti reported on Wednesday. Now, most of these major corporations, the major shareholders are these elites, man. They've always done that. They fund both sides of the war. They did it in the Second World War, the First World War, and it's all about control, man. It's all about total control, because they're trying to establish their New World Order agenda, which they'll have everybody under control via this MOTB, and they're making moves, right? But at the same time, they're getting rich. They're getting their pockets is being filled with the blood of them people over there that are fighting, man. And that's what it's all about. It's all a game to this man. And this is why we say that he needs to be taken down. This man cannot rule the earth, because he knows nothing else than war. Real quick, Revelation 6:4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. And that red horse is synonymous with power. The word, red, signals danger, man. Red is a sign of bad. Okay. And it said that he shall take peace from the earth. Because how does this man establish his enterprise, his empire has been, through countless wars. America itself has really never been, not in a war. I seen a quote, I believe, that said that America has been at war about 90-some% of the time that it's been created. So for the 400 or whatever so years that America has been established, it's always been at war. because this is real. America is nothing more than the teeth, you know, of the elites, man. You know, their military might, their enforcer. You know, this is Genesis 27:39. Let's see. Let's read a little bit about E, man. Genesis 27:39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, as a matter of fact, Salakia. Let's start verse Genesis 27:38, right? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above, right? And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So the key point here is that Esau was going to live by the sword, man. The modern day sword is, you would say, is your guns, your missiles, you know, which these NATO nations and all these agencies make. You know, right there you have what look like a HIMARS, right? That's a modern day sword, man. All right, because this man was given the power and the blessing to rule by that sword. You know, that's how he has his grip on the earth. You know, you got the American military stretched out throughout the four corners. You know, you got now you got a proxy war going on. You know, and best believe, like I said, that, you know, he's behind it. You know, so this man needs to be taken down from power in order for the whole earth to go back to peace, because there will never be no peace as long as this man is in control, man. This is a lunatic we're talking about. Habakkuk 2:12 says, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood and establishes a city by iniquity, man. And that's exactly what he has done. You know, take a look at the Americas, take a look at Europe, India, everything, everywhere he went, right? He has shed blood through war. You know, so now, you know, looking at his history, right? What makes anybody think that this today is different, man? You know, he just does it in a more conniving, subtle way, man. As a serpent. You know, he would tell you that's in the name of democracy. He would tell you that you know, we're fighting to keep the Ukrainians, right, a democratic state. You know, that we're that basically you know, democracy got to prevail, right? When it's all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. They did the same thing in Iraq. They did the same thing in Afghanistan and everywhere else, man. But now you got a lot of these whistleblowers coming out saying it. As the scriptures say that he will lift up thy skirts. Let me grab that. This is Nahum 3:5, right? It says, Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdom thy shame. This is talking about Esau Edom, man. You know, because you can only hide this bullshit for so long. It's too much, man. Too much wickedness going on, man. The scriptures say that his sins have reached up to the heavens above, because it's too much wickedness. You know, this man has the whole world upside down, man. You know, all kind of wars is going on. Why? Because their hunger is insatiable, man. Their thirst is insatiable. You know, they want everything and everybody, man. You know, like why you know, America gotta support, you know, a war that has nothing to do with them? Well, because this is nothing more than a corporation owned by these international bankers, man. And they're behind it. All right, they're behind it. And America will be destroyed, man, because there's only one outcome to this, and that is nuclear war. Presuming in Revelations, the 18th chapter, which speaks of the destruction of Babylon the Great, which is America, it's all nuclear war. That's what's coming. But you best believe that this war is going to drag out because you got two opposing sides, man. You got Russia on one end, which is not going to capitulate to what these devils want, which is to establish these banks, send the have banks that are part of the IMF, right? In Russia, and basically put a gun on Russia's head, And another point is that these Russians are spoken of in the scriptures too. Ezekiel the 38th chapter, man. They're the ones that are geared up to lead this charge. But this greed, Esau is going to be his downfall, man, and his pride, because the scriptures say that pride goeth before destruction. They believe that ain't nobody going to take them down. They believe that they're going to be business as usual. Yeah, and primarily, this goes to these international bankers, because really, the peon devils that are over here, even these skinheads and neo-Nazis, right, that are over there and whatever, those are nothing but pawns, man. As a matter of fact, these elites, look at them as expendable, man. They're undesired, and that's the truth of the matter. Okay, and that's why they'll give you guns. You go out there and get killed by these Russians, man. And anyways, good riddance, But the world will always be in the way that it is, always in war, because he's greedy, man. So-called white man, he's a greedy bastard, all right? So this is foolproof, The only people that are benefiting from this are these weapon makers, these the banks, that are lending money attached with debt, right? You see, been in the scriptures. What's that scripture that say, thick clay? Right, in Habakkuk 2:6, right? Shall not all these take up a parable against them, and a taunting proverb against them, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. These nations are sick and tired of your MO, man. Especially China too. China, the Chinese just bought a bunch of gold, man, because they're getting ready to ditch that mighty dollar, man. They're tired of your deception. They're tired of always being basically blackmailed. You paint a narrative on whoever the hell you want to attack. That's always how you get down, man. They paint that narrative that you're a terrorist or you're whatever the hell it is, whatever time. Back in the 50s, they said the Russians commies, the bad, evil commies, Now, they'll say Ishmael is the terrorist. They'll say the Chinese, is the big bad China, the commie China. China, or they, whatever the hell they want to paint, or the Russians are. In reality, the real devils is here. They're the ones that have something called economic hitmans. They're the ones that will start a war, will light the candle or the fire, right, and then make it bigger, so that they can sell you the water to turn off the fire, man. Who's doing that, man? You see, but there's gonna be a time where that's gonna come to an end, man. But anyways, that's all I had, man. Hopefully this was edifying. As always, the purpose. I just seen this article, and it's been interesting because another thing is that America has provided over 100 something billion over there, and we now see where that money circled back to. You know, it's all a scheme, man. It's all a scheme. It's very coincidental. You know that all these Western arm manufacturers, are getting rich to the sum of $124 billion, which is about the same amount of money that America supposedly sent over there. So, with that, I'm gonna